প্ৰিয় শ্ৰোতা আজি ষ্টুডিঅ'ত আমাৰ সৈতে উপস্থিত আছে গোৱালপাৰা মহাবিদ্যালয়ৰ গণিত বিভাগৰ সহকাৰী অধ্যাপক ডক্টৰ কবিন্দ্ৰ গোস্বামী স্যাৰ স্যাৰ আপোনাক ষ্টুডিঅ'লৈ স্বাগতম জনাইছো
নমস্কাৰ মোৰ নাম ডক্টৰ কবিন্দ্ৰ গোস্বামী মই গোৱালপাৰা কলেজৰ গণিত বিভাগৰ সহকাৰী অধ্যাপক আজি আমি ৰেডিঅ' ক্লাছৰুমত গণিতৰ প্ৰয়োজনীয়তা আৰু প্ৰয়োগৰ ওপৰত আলোচনা কৰিম So let's begin. Mathematics is the universal language that is applied in almost every aspect of life. From morning to night, mathematics is required in all the daily activities, eating, sleeping, playing, and so on. In other words, mathematics is an integral part of human life. Mathematics gives us a way to understand patterns, define relationships, and predict the future. History of mathematics is very old. The origin of mathematical thought lie in the concepts of number, patterns in nature. It is believed that mathematics was an important part of hunter-gatherer societies. They counted their pet animals using fingers of hand, and in this way the idea of numbers concept evolved gradually over time. Thus those ancient societies gives us the concept of number. Later they taught us to count time by analyzing shadows. Similarly, sailors used mathematics to find the directions. Farmers used mathematics to divide land. In this way, according to the necessity, mathematics becomes an integral part of human life in various ways, through various branches. Famous German mathematician and physicist Carl Friedrich Gauss told that mathematics is the queen of science. Also, Galileo Galilei, the famous Italian physicist, told that mathematics is the alphabet with which God has written the universe. So, it's really interesting to discuss various applications of mathematics. Now, we shall discuss some applications of mathematics in everyday life. First, we discuss the application of mathematics in agriculture. Mathematics is very important in the field of agriculture. Using mathematics, acidity in the soil can be analyzed, and this allows the identification of crops that can be grown in these soils. Mathematics also helps farmers to plan and determine sizes and dimensions by determining the yield and quantity of crops, approximating the number of return relative to the plot, and contributing to improved returns and expenditures and the calculation of expected losses. The weather forecasting is based on various mathematical concepts. This helps the farmer to know about the weather conditions, like whether it is going to be a sunny day or rainfall will come. This helps the farmer to plan accordingly. So we can say that mathematics is very important in agriculture. Now we discuss the application of mathematics in kitchen. Mathematics also plays a major role in the kitchen. Baking and cooking require mathematical skills. Every ingredient must be measured, and sometimes we need to multiply and divide to get the exact amount we need. Mathematics helps to estimate the quantity of food to be prepared, where the individual needs to do mathematics by calculating the amount required according to the size of the pot. So, we can say that mathematics is also important in kitchen. Now, we discuss application of mathematics in fashion designing. Mathematics is an essential part of fashion design. From taking measurements, estimating the quantity and quality of clothes, choosing the color theme and estimating the cost and profit to produce cloth according to the needs and taste of the customers. Mathematics is followed at every step in the fashion designing industry. Thus, we can say that mathematics is also important in fashion designing. Now, we discuss the application of mathematics in sports. Mathematics improves the cognitive and decision making skills of a person. Such skills are very important for a sports person because by this he can take the right decisions for his team. Mathematics also helps the player to determine the way and the angle that the ball hits its target. Thus, we can say that mathematics is also important in the field of sports. Now, we discuss the application of mathematics in painting. The calculation of spaces is very important in painting. The amount of paint needed to perform the painting depends on the space to be painted. Further, 3D art, that is three-dimensional art, uses mathematics to determine how to draw flat objects so that they give the illusion of being three-dimensional. Thus, we can say that mathematics is also important in the field of painting. Now, we discuss the application of mathematics in health sector. Every hospital has to make the scheduled timings of the doctors available. The systematic methods of conducting any major surgery, keeping the records of the patients, records of the success rate of surgeries, number of ambulances required, training for the use of medicines to nurses, prescriptions and scheduling all tasks etc. All these are done based on mathematical concepts. Further, MRI scanners creates three-dimensional images of the human body by taking countless two-dimensional snapshots from different directions. The process of recovering the original three-dimensional images using snapshots is called tomography, and it would not work without advanced mathematics. Thus, mathematics is quite literally saving lives. Also, in 2020, we see the impact of COVID in our daily life. So, in this scenario, mathematics also helps in epidemic analysis. When a new epidemic starts, we can fear that it will not stop since there are always new cases. But this is not what mathematics says. Here, the important quantity is the reproductive ratio, which corresponds to the mean number of individuals infected by each infectious person. If this number is less than 1, the epidemic ends, while it spreads if it is greater than 1. So, our goal is to use available resources to decrease this number below 1, and in this way, epidemics finally ends. So, we can say that mathematics is very important in health sector. Now, we discuss important of application of mathematics in internet. Both internet and phone lines form a gigantic network which allows users to exchange data, whether websites or phone calls. All users are connected by countless links which have a certain capacity. When we make a phone call or request a website, network operators have to find a way to connect sender and receiver without exceeding the capacity of any individual link. Without mathematics of queuing theory, it would be impossible to guarantee a reliable service. Various mathematical models guarantee that we will hear a dial tone when making a phone call. Mathematics also helps routing internet connections efficiently, which is a much more difficult process. Also, every day billions of people uses internet. One of the reasons is that internet makes it so easy to find information quickly. For example, using search engines like Google. In order to find the most useful websites and display them at the top, Google represents all pages on the internet in a gigantic matrix. Google also uses mathematics for many other of its services. For example, finding directions in maps, spam detections in Gmail, voice recognition in Android, text recognition when scanning pages, compressing YouTube videos, detecting faces in images, or translating text. Thus, we can see that without mathematics, use of internet will not be possible. Now, we discuss the application of mathematics in defense, crime prediction, and fraud detection. In providing the framework for designing new technologies and weapons or solutions to logistical problems like the transportation of soldiers, weapons, and food, mathematical models are used to develop and simulate complex military strategies. In recent years, cyber warfare has become increasingly important for counterintelligence, terrorism, and sabotage. Mathematics helps in mapping, predicting, and preventing crime. For example, the behavior of a burglar could be modeled as a random walk and thus allowing for more effective police patrols. Mathematics also helps to understand the development and dynamics of crime hotspots. Mathematics also helps to detect fraud in financial statements. Most often, the numbers in the financial statements follow Benford law, a surprising probabilistic law. Thus, this law gives us a test for detecting frauds when someone has manipulated the data. So, we can say that mathematics is very important in defense, crime prediction, and fraud detection. Now, we discuss the application of mathematics in climate change. Climate change is considered as one of the greatest challenges to be faced by humanity in upcoming years. Melting of polar ice caps has a significant impact upon the global sea level and climate. In this case, satellite images from above give limited information regarding the state of the entire ice shield or the process underlying their melting. Here, mathematics are used to analyze environmental data such as ice thickness and compositions. Also, advanced mathematical models help scientists understand the interaction of wind, sea ice, ocean currents, and heat transfer. Thus, we can say that mathematics is also important in climate change analysis. Finally, we discuss the application of mathematics in data analysis. We know that data is everywhere around us and new data is created every time we browse the internet, complete a survey, or go shopping. Scientists collect data whenever they conduct an experiment, and sometimes these datasets are so large that they need to invent entirely new technologies to process them. To make sense of data, we need mathematics and statistics. Using mathematics, we can convert a large collection of numbers, all of which are meaningless on their own, into very accurate information about the system which created the data. Statistics can also tell us if certain findings are valid or significant. So thus, we can say that mathematics is also important in the field of data analysis. In this way, mathematics has many applications in various branches. Thus, we can say that every aspect of life is highly dependent on the use of mathematics. Thank you.